Welcome, my hungry friends. I am in my Polish kitchen, joined by my friend Anna Krejci from Surroundings Polish Pottery. We are having a morning drink, morning coffee, morning tea in US, and afternoon drink, tea, coffee in the afternoon in Poland.
Dzień
And
dobry.
dzień dobry. We're
Well,
gonna chat a little bit and see if we can get to know each other better and tell you about some interesting things about Poland and Polish pottery and how it is to be living in America. And just thanks for being here and welcome, Anya. Nice to see you.
good to see you, Anya. Welcome too. We are super excited to share with all our wonderful viewers in United States all these wonderful things and knowledge about Polish pottery.
Yes. So Anya Krejci is a founder of a company called Surroundings Polish Pottery, and she is a Pole from Poland. Anya, tell us, where are you from in Poland?
I was born in the old city of Toruń, a city of Nicolaus Copernicus. And in a very young age, my family migrated to Gdynia, to Tri-City. So beautiful, open to entire world, a place in Poland near Baltic Sea. Very historical, bold places. And growing up in Poland, you do all kinds of things. You learn, you cook with your mom, you cook with your grandmother, you learn how to use hammer and how to fix things. And you spend lots of time in the woods and, mushroom picking and all those things. So lots of great memories. Went to my school, finished my degree in Poland. And then when I was about 30 years old, my life pushed me or threw me to United States. So that's basically, yeah.
That's the story.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you mention that you have memories of cooking and eating with your mom and grandma and family. I'm wondering, what is your youngest memory, or I guess I should say, what is your oldest memory of Polish food? Like as a child, what kind of sticks out in I start talking about food, my mouth is watering.
I know.
What
You
is
know,
your oldest memory, or like what, if you think about being a child and living in Poland, what kind of sticks out?
I can tell you, I remember exactly what I liked the most from my mom. I can remember my grandmother's favorite dish. And I can also remember what I didn't like as a child. That's the oldest one I did.
Tell me. I'm curious.
I gonna, yeah. As a little kiddo, going to przedszkole,
Yeah,
the kindergarten,
kindergarten. Yeah.
and have to have in the morning zupa mleczna, milk soup,
Milk soup.
plus
Warm milk soup.
warm milk soup with lane kluski, with the dumplings on the warm milk. When I think about it, my stomach is flipping. I didn't like it. Well, although when I grew up a little bit older, I really like it. It gave me comfort. And I think in a daycare facility, they tend to burn that milk, and that's what I kind of remember. So that's the. But I think it's a very great, very great breakfast dish. Or
That's very interesting because I haven't thought about the taste of burnt milk in
it's hot.
years and years and years. But us growing up in Poland, it's our generation, I should say.
Yeah.
It's like burnt into our brain. Like it just lives within us. And like you just mentioned it, and I just remembered it. Yes, we used to eat.
And
You
I'm
know,
gonna back to it because it's gonna take me to the first time I went to a very special place in Poland, in Lower Silesia. But I won't say what I remember from the good ones. For what my mom made, my favorite dish was gołąbki, stuffed cabbage. So
mhm.
the dish you cook for us and for our our viewers in our view Kaola Studio dishes, and they came beautifully. And I like the fact you are using the cabbage leaves to cover the entire top layer. So that's something I didn't do, and I did, and I love it. So thank you. So that's my mom's favorite dish. And my grandmother, maybe it's not a dish, but my grandmother had beautiful, beautiful garden. And I just lost my grandmother last December. So those memories are very precious to me. And I read bio, business bio, and I know that driven you to start the blogging. Um, that cherish of those most wonderful memories. So working with my grandma in a garden and picking beans, those yellow beans and
Green beans, yes.
the green beans and the yellow beans.
Mm-hmm.
And grandma will just boil them, and then she will make the breadcrumbs, on the
buttered breadcrumbs. Yep.
And for today, I can make entire pot of it and eat it myself. And I am not gonna even think about it.
No guilt there.
Yes, so that's that.
I definitely know where it must be universal for all our young Poles with grandparents with a garden, because we all know those dishes, buttered breadcrumbs with cauliflower or string beans.
Even sprouts taste great with it.
Yes, I agree. So we're talking about food because food is important, and food is very important to us Poles because we're surrounded, like our life kind of is always around the table, and that's, at least for me, I relate to people and to different points in life by thinking about what food we ate and what food we made and how I connect with other parts of life with food.
That's very, very interesting. Anya, I realized after migrating to States and living almost 20 years in United States, the sense of being a Slovak, because Polish nation is a Slovak nation. And Slovak people were not aggressive tribes. They will live with surroundings. They will live in peace with the nature. And that's that Slovak in us. So all the seasonal food. I mean, the best memories of living in Poland is September, October, going to trips with my dad to woods and picking mushrooms. We camp over there. It was fun. What taught me life. So it is very, very important. Yes.
So I'm glad you brought up the fact that after moving to America, it kind of made you think about that, because I want to know, when you first moved to the States, what was your first impression of food in general, but like eating out, let's say, going to a restaurant, and be honest.
I'm Polish, so I'm gonna keep with being honest, with honesty. So I was shocked. I was like, are you kidding me? Why you cannot cook to your people? Why? I hate the food. I didn't like it.
What didn't you like about it the most? Like what kind of stood out?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
What part didn't you like about it? Like the type of dishes, or the lack of seasoning, or not enough vegetables, or because I know, to me, that it's important for me to kind of be balanced and have, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan, obviously, and we're us Poles, we're meat, potatoes, and salad or vegetable kind of, we're raised on that. It's I'm sure it was the same for you too. And at home, I was not a picky eater. I didn't say I didn't like broccoli or cauliflower or whatever. we just ate what was served for us, and I didn't experience the kind of pickiness that, I'm not saying this only happens in America,
Mm-hmm.
pickiness of eating when that is happening now, and it's happening in Poland too. Kids are getting pickier and pickier too. But like, to me, when I lived in America, it was never enough vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was shocked just the texture. My first shock was the bread. You know, we make kanapki.
Yeah.
It's the sourdough. You can build a construction on your pie of bread. Yeah, you cannot put butter, and we put butter on our sandwiches. So I know American people, when they are listening, I say butter, yuck. You know, they are used to mustard and mayo, right? To me, mayo was like, are you kidding me? This is for meats, just to, just to spice this out. So I generally just the processing food, and I can taste it. I think I know it changed right now in Poland, because when Poland became part of European Union and all the trades, in the industry happen, the food tastes different in Poland now too than you and me remember when we were others. But it just doesn't have that significant taste. That's kind of what kind of stood up the first. Generally, dishes, American dishes, are fine, good, too much. The plates were too overfilled, that's for sure. And just the processing food, that's what I could taste, the different texture. So this was first thing. But then I had my little garden, and I found my way around how to bring.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when you was making your video on or tutorial on the pickles, or making those pickles, that dill pickle, the brain pickles, and it is that coating on our stomachs growing up in Poland. We are used to sour, we are used to sour milk. My God, I missed maślanka. First thing I came to Bolesławiec, grocery store, bam, maślanka, get out from the grocery store and buy the śmietana, those real
Buttermilk. Yeah.
yeah, so that's what I miss the most.
So how do you? Yes, I completely understand, and I'm sure you have found ways around it. And do you cook Polish food a lot in your home?
Yep, I do. When I was working, the first work I have, and this was also showing the culture. In Poland, when you cook with a hope you have leftovers, right?
Yeah.
And you make like another dish the same day, and
Yeah.
you bring different flavor from it. You take advantage of the flavor penetrating, acting with the compression of the heat, and then going to the cold refrigerator and then coming back reheating. We enjoy those flavors. This is beauty of cooking. That's art. And many people, I remember a guru in my office, of cooking guru in America. She got a Kentucky Blue Ribbon from Kentucky Fair from her cooking, and she's the guru. And I brought a pierogi, which I make day before, and I say, well, I just heat them up because they are better. And she goes, you eat leftovers? And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Woman, you don't know.
Yes. This was the shocking. Oh, I never eat leftovers. And I'm like, okay, then you're not going to have you missing the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's speaking of the cultural difference, and then I trying and I start to listening, and she goes like, you know what? I see you're punked. I like that. So it's amazing. Yeah.
And so many dishes I feel in Poland and that I make at home too they just, like you said, they're better the next day. Sometimes it's even better to make it today and then not even eat it that same day.
Yes, bigos.
Bigos, that has to cook for a few days.
Yeah.
So I know us Poles are weird with our food, and we eat probably more than average of weird, quote unquote, considered weird, like the dog blood soup, czernina, or pig's feet, kaszanka, and So is there now going to the United States, did you feel that you found food there that you cannot
I
stop?
cannot fast food. I cannot understand how people can eat Burger King or chain food. That's only thing.
Uh-huh.
Not a dish. No, I don't think particular dish. It's
Okay.
just I think the preparation is what I am admiring, and that's what took me to the pottery. And I kind of merge these things. Something what is so custom, so think through.
Mm-hmm.
They inside the clay. They know exactly the ratio, they know how things gonna act. And it is carry on. And I think the same thing with the food. I am first
Okay.
person I love to travel. So I love to open menu and do not understand what is on it. But what I want to know, I want to make sure I'm going to place which is cooking from scratch.
Uh-huh.
I know I am having good quality food, not
Mm-hmm.
as instant potato,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. That's the thing I cannot bear. I cannot do. Like if you want Roman noodle soup, I will make you raw soup. I will make my
Yeah,
pan.
yeah. Completely understand. Uh,
Yeah.
so you mentioned the Polish pottery. This is what you do. Tell
Yeah.
us how did that all start? What made you want to share the love of cooking in it and using it and sharing it with the world in America?
Well, it starts in 2014. I finally make the decision after crossing the 4-0 border. I make the decision that I didn't come across the pond to regret anything in my life. I left great friends and all these traditions behind. I feel like I use this somehow. Like I put this to life. Like I won't share that because I missed that so much.
Mhm.
I start to creating um, interior design spaces, kind of with the European feel, with
Okay.
renovation of old homes. And I have a little bit of Polish pottery to put in the kitchen when I was designing. And so then, I started making pillows, importing fabrics from England, all these things we know. You're living in Europe and are so not known in United States. So I won't bring this in. And next thing I know, I had a store, right? And then I have just a little cabinet with, I don't know, 20 pieces of Polish pottery, and it just grew. And I start to cook. I realize when I distress, I cook, and I'm very happy. And I can be very stressed about whatever is going on. The first few years when I was living in States and my stomach was flipping up going to grocery store, I was so afraid not understand this. You do not realize under those big pressure you put yourself on, and everybody have to move out of to different continent or country. With that's the life, and I
Yeah.
really, cooking is making me happy, and nothing distress me. No distress me. Like just cook what I want for people I love.
And then
And
eating the food also
yeah,
brings comfort.
yes, it is a comfort, and it is you can make it so beautiful. You can make those beautiful settings. So that's the interior design. So this all kind of caring for others. My first degree is in nursing, so this all kind of come together. And
Yeah.
and then I start to looking for the shapes and decorations, and I want to learn more about the product. Like I mentioned, I grew up in Gdynia, so Bolesławiec ceramics from Bolesławiec, Ceramika Bolesławiecka, it is Lower Silesia. I never been to Silesia ever in my life, so I have to learn. I have to learn about it, and I fall in love. I just dive in, and I was like that hungry hippo,
Yeah, yeah. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh my God, I was so to my blood. I will get up 4 o'clock in the morning with the ceramist and starting mixing the mass, pouring with them. Getting excited to see if the weather is not too humid or whatever. So the clay gonna be not too condensed with water. And I saw those little things which matter so much, which gave me the opportunity to really show people the product from inside, not only the beauty what you see, because that's what you see, but really understand. And I think what is important with the recipes, the ingredients, the origin of the quality, that's what kind of, that's what kind of my business. And the love to and missing my heritage, my family, my friends. I can go to Poland in the middle of somebody's life, and my friends are the same friends 30 years ago.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
So I think I think you were just spot on when you said that it kind of keeps you close to home.
Yeah.
Which I think people that we interact through our business with, your customers and my viewers and readers, are second, maybe not so much first, but second and third and fourth, maybe generation.
Even not related folks.
Yeah, who they have a different relationship with being Polish than we do.
Yeah.
Because we're their great grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
We were removed. Not removed is maybe a bad word, bad description. But we moved away and we were separated from it by choice now. And we're trying to create a connection that's gonna keep us close with, by heart to where we want to be. And I completely get it. It's like you're telling my story.
So first time your channel, I was like, oh my God, she's me. She speaks my language. Heard. I really feel we never spoke, and I felt know you. Like I exactly get it where you're coming with those from. And reading your bio on your website, which I really like, I really recommend anybody to go and kind of browse your website. Have lots of great information.
Thank you. Thank you.
And your babcia name was Stasia, right?
Yeah. Stanislav.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember babcia Stasia's apples, cinnamons apples. She was Ukraine. That's my dad's mom. And she will make those beautiful apples, those cinnamon apples in this old oven. And it was the best snack also. So, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's just, for years, it was so painful for me to just be away and not only overwhelmed by a whole new society, a whole new system of dealing with things, but just person to person interaction and interaction with food.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel we're just so food oriented, and a kitchen is such a crucial part of a home, and the table.
It's a heart. Absolutely. You know what is the hardest renovation? Kitchen.
Yeah.
When you start to get that kitchen on the pieces, then you realize how important and how essential it is for the family.
Yeah, and I see how you can get how you kept the connection with home through the dishes, because obviously Polish pottery is well known all over the world, and we're just exploring and explaining to people what the nitty gritty of it is. So I kind of want, since you're an expert in this field, I wanted you to talk about the the ceramic festival that just happened in Bolesławiec. And most of the world and most of everyone knows Polish pottery by Bolesławiec pottery, where
Yeah.
Bolesławiec is the city where uh, all of this is happening. But it's not one Bolesławiec manufacturer that makes this pottery. It's
Yes.
many other artists and many other companies. So I'd like to talk about a little bit about the artists that you know and the ceramic festival that was
Okay.
happening last week that we were supposed to meet at.
I'm.
And this stupid pandemic that's happening around the world. Not
I
stupid.
know. Well, it was accumulation because I was planning, despite the fact the pandemic, I was taking advantage of dual citizenship and legal ways to get through the customs and through all those mess with the COVID. But our company really explodes. We are in such a point of growing right now. We are changing entire system, management system. And if I will leave, I will put back my work for 3 months for another 2 months. So
Mm-hmm.
that call, and I also was seeing from some people to a little distance. They were afraid because they knew the numbers in the United States were growing very quickly. And you have to really be honest with yourself. Situation like that. Do you really want to get this on? Yeah, if something happens. So it was very hard decision to make for me, but we managed to be in Bolesławiec with wonderful broadcasting. We had a live interview from the Ceramic Festival. They did wonderful job over there. What Ceramic Festival is? Every third week of August, start Wednesday to Sunday, is the biggest celebration of ceramists in Bolesławiec, which is in Lower Silesia. It's about 40 minutes from Wrocław driving. You can take a train and in 35 minutes being very comfortably in Bolesławiec. So it's very easy reachable. It's a beautiful place geographically. They have the biggest accumulations of castles in Europe, in around 100 kilometers around Bolesławiec. So great place. Beautiful of history, and also I have that stone which is used for production of ceramics over there.
Oh, like clay.
That clay, yes, this is very rich. Is very rich with minerals and is very durable and breathe. And so all the process is very actually technical process, very hard.
Well, let me ask you this: so they actually get the clay to make ceramics from the surrounding area?
Yeah. So when you are buying piece like this is a high-end, beautiful take me home decoration made only for my company from artist from Kaola Studio, Andrzej Pachom. But this, what you are seeing, what is inside, it is actually a piece of Poland.
It's Polish soil.
Is Polish soil. They have the saying in Bolesławiec, my zmieniamy błoto w złoto.
We turn mud into gold. I did not know this.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
It is. So when I was start to learning, and I was like everybody coming from Gdynia, I knew Włocławek faience, which we represent actually too, and we sell faience too, because we try to show Polish culture, not only Bolesławiec, but that's main. So when I discovered Bolesławiec, I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. They have a special brotherhood of ceramists before, even in 1800s, and this was very noble. Only 21 ceramists, the best one, was allowed in the brotherhood. So the city of Bolesławiec tried to continue this tradition, and all our producers we work with at Surroundings Polish Pottery are members of the Brotherhood of Ceramists in Bolesławiec.
Mm-hmm.
So really make sure we have the quality, city. We have the origin of the clay from the area, that they are unable people to other artist art. Because like you mentioned, Anya, it is many of those little factories. When you live in a region, that's what you do. And every region of world is known. Some make baskets, some make coffee, you go to the north part of Poland, that's the fishing, So they all know how to make ceramics. 80% populations are ceramists over there. But so it's many little companies, little producers. Those which are honorable, those which have a great quality, they did control tests, they did all the tests on the paint, which because have to be food friendly. They also have ethics as artists, and that's very important to me. Because if you create something like this beautiful pattern, and somebody tried to copy your pattern, that's just not fun.
Yeah.
So that's what we do too. So we and the product. What is wonderful about every piece of ceramics, every little piece of ceramics, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it, like this beautiful muffin pan. This dish, every single dish, because of process, they are fired in 1200 over degrees. So they are like dental crown. So the dental crown, which is made, this is how durable is this product. So this can go straight to the oven. This can go 420 degree easy. They special dishes, and I don't think I have with me, which have like a grid in here. So on a big piece, the heat is not gonna go like that. It's gonna go gradually. They can go even up to 520 Fahrenheit to the oven. So that dish can, because it's so beautiful, can go straight to your table, and you do not have to do anything. And then if you have leftovers, you can put those to the refrigerator. So the muffin, of course, you can make galaretki, jello, right?
Ooh, good idea.
And look how fun! And you can put them to your freezer. This can go to the freezer, and then all these beautiful dishes can go to the dishwasher as well, and be clean, sparkling clean with no effort. By And what I like from the cooking pot, because this is so fine done, nothing stick to it. It's like I said, it's like a ceramic crown, right? So nothing stick to it. So you do not have to grease so much. So if you will, for instance, make a meatloaf, a meatloaf pans, which are great. First of all, the clay, the moisture, the natural moisture, and the oh my God, jak się nazywają, Ania? Minerały, the minerals.
Mineral.
Are in the clay. They provide the moisture of your dish. You know the gołąbki which you make, how nice they come. They didn't stick to the bottom.
Yeah.
You wasn't born, right? So everything is so moisture, it's just perfect. So if you make meatloaf, you do not have to grease anything, because that grease which gonna come from your meat is just plenty. So that's what I really love about the ceramics. Yeah.
I don't have a lot of experience with I guess I shouldn't say experience. I didn't know the history of the clay, and that's really even that makes it even more special.
It does.
I mean, I have a piece of Poland in my home, and I'm eating off of it. That's just really amazing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask about the quality. You mentioned quality of the product, and I know like the cups that we're using, and I'm using the famous Bolek.
Yeah.
This one is. I'm gonna dump my tea because I wanna show this isn't just.
No, this is okay. I know what you're asking about.
This is not like
Sensor.
yeah, not what I'm trying to think of a word. This is not like production.
Yes.
Cups don't come from production line. Each
Mhm.
cup is hand painted, and like, look at this stuff. I have this other dish you
Oh, you have
that you
my.
showed me.
I
I
don't
love
have.
that thing.
I don't have it. And you have it.
I have it, and I love it. I used it as a ice bowl the other weekend.
Great.
I put ice in it, and because it's double walled,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
keeps it cool. But like, look at it. Like, this
Wow.
is not. This is not.
This is the highest level.
This
This
is
is
not manufactured. So,
no.
like, you're talking about artists. You're not
Yeah.
talking about. And there are different levels. I'm not trying to say that Bolesławiec plates that are stamped are worse or anything. I'm just saying, like, there are different levels of uh, uh,
Artistry.
artistry in this, and like, this is some high end stuff. Like,
Mhm.
those are artists. They're not just people who make pottery.
I have to tell you, Anu, when you launched that video of gołąbki, you was watching using our pen to make the gołąbki, and you was drinking from bolek. We have lots of people contacting us and saying, "Oh, can I buy that bolek mug and take me home?" And our reaction in here was, "Yeah, can I have one?" You know.
Yeah.
I do not realize. Okay, the factories, we work also with big factories when they have production more for thousands of items, but they are still made by hands. And we work with smaller studios and artists who do everything from A to Z. And like Kaola Studio with Andrzej Pachon, who have 30 years experience as a main designer for Zakłady Ceramiczne, which is the oldest factory in Bolesławiec. So much
Mhm.
of the decorations from Zakłady are actually Andrzej Pachon decorations. So he is going in a factory, in a big factory. They have person who just do pour, so just pouring the forms. They have
Okay.
taking the form out and making clear. They have person who is an artist, malarki, a majority of women who are making that decoration, and then we goes to level
Painters.
painters. Yeah, and then is a person who is putting those paint marks, dipping in a glaze,
Coding or whatever.
and then they are going to that giant kiln. That kiln is like a train. It's on a like a kind of train, and it's like multi-level, and it's art to put
Mhm.
on it. And this go over there, and then you have quality control because they are living things. So sometimes they are not first quality, and because export is so expensive, especially right now with COVID, and just like 6 times more than it was before COVID,
Wow.
not afford to have out of quality, some float happens. I mean, this is breathing, this is like a bone, when you look on a clay.
Mhm.
So with the levels of artistry, basically, this is the highest one. This is all hand painted. There are some stencil using too by the is on a sponge, and I can run and get my sponges if you want. I can show it. I have Andrzej gave it to me some, so I can show it to people too. But and then they are hand paint and done. And what is wonderful for Kaola Studio, they go inside and they go so deeply. So
Yeah.
it's really really amazing. Like you see, like in here.
That's,
I
that's the Midnight Lace design.
That's midnight. This is our brand new, yes, this is our brand new limited edition midnight lace.
Yeah, I
Take,
like that one.
Take Me Home was made it based on my relation with Andrzej and the fact I really, really missing home. And I told him, I say, Andrzej, wherever I have Polish pottery, I feel at home. So we name
Yeah.
it home. And he cannot paint enough, and he's only one person who can make it. So it takes about 3 months from the moment we place order to have our order ready to ship. And then we have to allow time for shipping, processing. So by the time it's gonna get, when we have our live sales, it's always Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I mean, you have to be quick to get it. And we have no time to take a picture and put on website. My website, I don't care about my website. I just don't have time even. So those are really, really beautiful things. What is very characteristic about Bolesławiec, and I want to show you, this is a standard, like a basic level design.
That's the stamp.
Stencil. Yeah.
Stencil,
do the job. It is not easy. It's hard to do it. Believe me. So every factory and every manufacturer will describe them differently. For instance, this is regular art will be something like beautiful art. And then you have limited edition, which required really just one person to do it. Ceramika artystyczna, which is another big factory, ceramika spółdzielnia artystyczna in Bolesławiec. Very, very popular, very beautiful. They have a regular line, and then they have U for Unicat, and they have level 2, 3, 4, and then it's going to limited edition, and you're gonna see it by price. You can buy Mac for $20 or $25 in United States, and you can pay $230 for Mac.
That's another question that I had, because I have seen the word unicat on some of the pieces. And this one has it. It's I don't know if yours can see it. It starts with a U, unicat, which means unique. So that is actually a category. So which I didn't know. So if an average buyer who, like me, has not a huge, knows about pottery, but may not know the little categories or different words for different quality levels. How do they know that they're not buying something that's, like the lowest category?
They're gonna know by price.
How would they know?
They're gonna know by price.
Well, but what if someone is trying to say it's best quality, but it's not?
You will not know. Well, the company who have a good reputation and really paying attention to it, and it is lots of effort to create first quality product. You're going to see a sticker which is saying first quality, and that's a factory sticker. And every factory have different sticker. If you think item which no sticker, you probably have somebody doing this as a business. Oh, okay, let's go pull some clay. Oh, have some bubble. Oh, this doesn't cover completely. Who cares? It's pretty. I'm gonna give you a little bit off. You're gonna pay less. If you are, if you really want the product which is first quality, you want to look for the stickers. And the manufacturer, then the second quality stickers are also great items. You just have to make your judgment, and you have to see, because if I am buying vase which have a little bit of fluke, which by mean if little piece of dust sets on your bisque when you fire bisque, because you fire bisque first, and then the bisque have to breathe for 5 days before you even gonna start to painting anything on the bisque. So after pouring, you have beautiful shape, and then you fire that, and this breathe, and then if some dust gonna get there, and you missed it, you cannot see it with the human eye. You just cannot see it. It's impossible. And you make this beautiful design. The artist is gonna spend time and make beautiful design, and then he's putting to the glazing process and going to kiln, and have that little float when that little piece is not placed. This moment, in that moment, is your call. If this is outside, I don't see problem with using, and it's in a high decoration, right? If this will be inside, well, you want the glaze to cover, right? For the just to be safe for cleaning and all this with the food administration. But if you're buying vase and have a little fluke, you are getting deal, because your price is at least 20% less when you will pay for food quality.
So it's not necessarily bad. It's not.
Yeah.
bad. It's just
Yeah, and I want you guys to actually. This brought me to. I want. We have functional ceramics, which this can be a picture, and you see this is just regular decoration, and it's cute
Mhm.
with the cats, right?
Mhm.
So this can be a vase, this can be in your picture and stuff like this. So you have, of course, mugs and items you have beautiful line of decorative items like Kaola Studio start make those cute pumpkins and we're only one who have them. They are all individual. Everything is made by hands. Every character is made by the artist. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. How beautiful.
That's so fun.
Even have no straws, not even can breathe, so they are really, really fun. I mean, you can get a luminary fan, a ghost. So
Mhm.
they're really, really cute, and we just got them. And you also have beautiful functional ceramics. Like love, I love those oval look with the handles.
Bakers, I just love. I
Look,
have,
and that's what I was about.
yeah,
This for
I
the
have one of those.
yeah. So
I,
those are
I
fantastic.
use it. I use it for. I
Even
make cheese dip in it.
even flowers, yeah. So you can have decorative pieces, and you can have very highly functional cooking and baking dishes. So
Yeah,
that's look at this one, Anya. You know what we can make on this?
I actually have one like that too. I use it to make like we call it tarta in Polish, like tort quiches, I guess quiches, and
Uh,
I use it all the time. I really like that one too. But the one with handles,
Yes,
cheese and spinach dip in that thing,
yes. So
perfect.
this is another factory. This is Milena factory, Ceramica Milena. Look how beautiful. So you're gonna see, you see, you have different stamp. So you can recognize, you can see the difference in between one manufacturer. So this is Ceramica Milena,
And then artists, yeah.
and this one is Kaola Studio.
Mhm.
Each one gonna have different marking, but they show
Mhm.
quality sticker. Where is my quality sticker? I cannot find it. Where is my quality sticker? I think I put my sticker over them sticker. I think so. That's what I did. But they should have the quality stickers on them. Like, there we go. You see, first quality.
Uh huh. Mhm.
So those are yeah. And also you gonna come across masterpieces. And I just want to tell you guys because you can fall off the chair. You're gonna see this beautiful plate, which look at this. This is paint by hand. Everything. In order to paint this plate, Andrzej Pachon have to have built a special support for his wrists because if he will touch with his hand anything, that entire piece will be just ruined. So
Right.
there,
Right.
but plate like this is $599.
Wow.
So you just this is artistry as well. So
Yeah, that's where the artists come from, and
yeah,
I imagine I'm really looking forward to going to this Bolesovitz festival, hopefully next year. And
yeah,
I imagine that a lot of the artists have the stands out, and you can see their art. So if you like Polish pottery, tell us again when this is happening. Third week of August.
yes. Third week of August start Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but you can go to Bolesławiec anytime.
Yeah.
You really can, and I really recommend that place to go and discover region around. Have
Yeah.
beautiful nonsense, castles, museums, great food, great
Food.
people.
Food.
Yes, very good food. Oh my goodness, oh my God, what did I eat over there? That rolls, that cool stuff rolls. I just love them. Yeah.
Well, I hope that we can see each other sometime soon in Poland.
Me too. I hope we can cook together, Anya. I was so excited to do this with you.
Yes, I agree. We are almost close to an hour.
Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah, we gotta go eat now.
Time. It's lunchtime and it's dinner time in Poland, probably.
It's very nice to talk to you and get to know you some more. I love your story. I love what you do. And I'm so glad you're spreading the love all over the place. I appreciate your time. And I will speak to you soon.
Anu, thank you so much. Likewise, like I said, when from the first moment I saw you, I just love what you do too. Thank you for sharing those recipes. It's very hard because Polish people cook with no recipe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really finding your tutorials very valuable in United States because you kind of convert on the accessibility of ingredients and you gave the quantities in answers, so it's not metric. So that's very, very hard for me because I don't think what I'm doing when I'm cooking from heart. So it is hard to give people a recipe. So please visit us sometimes when you're going to be in the United States.
I was going to this year, but Corona.
I know, but if not, every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. we have our live sale. And so please visit us. Please like our page, Surroundings Polish Pottery. And like we say in here, peace, love, and Polish pottery. Thank you so much. Mwah. Pa-pa.